All right, so welcome back, everybody. We're diving deep today into the world of Pretty V. We've got this awesome YouTube interview with her, just like chock full of insights, and I'm excited to break it down and see what we discover with you.
Yeah, it's really fascinating. I think her story is so relevant right now. This whole thing about navigating the entertainment industry in the age of social media, it's a lot. It's a tightrope walk,
Yeah,
and she seems to be killing it.
it's a journey. Miami girl builds a following online, breaks into comedy, and bam, lands on Wild and Out. It's becoming a classic tale. Had you ever heard of Pretty V before we got into this?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Her energy is just infectious.
Yeah.
But I have to say, what really surprised me in this interview was just how much work she put in behind the scenes. It wasn't just viral videos and like overnight success. She's really dedicated to what she does.
Yeah, okay, let's get into it. She talks about her upbringing, like a mix of Miami and South Carolina, tap dancing, jazz, vocal lessons, even Miss Jamaica, Florida pageants. I mean,
Yeah.
how did all that shape her?
Well, she actually talks about feeling like she got like the best of both worlds, the city hustle and the southern charm. And you can kind of see it in her personality and humor, like a blend of street smarts and sophistication.
Yeah, and then she goes to St. Augustine's University, honing her skills on the radio.
Right.
But it's college where she becomes Pretty V and things take off.
Those early videos, like that one where she's letting loose in the street, that raw energy, it's what caught everyone's attention. And even big names, Missy Elliott, Rihanna, it's huge to have that validation early on.
It is incredible, but this is where it gets interesting. Instead of just riding that wave of attention, she decides to really hone her skills. While others were chasing TV appearances, she was putting in the work creating content, millions of views.
Yeah, and she even mentions getting rejected from Wild and Out early on. But think about it. What does that say about her? She saw it as an opportunity to get better. That's a big takeaway for anybody pursuing their goals.
It's true. So by the time she lands on Wild and Out in season 9, she's a comedic force, ready for the pressure cooker of a live audience and that quick wit.
And she's got so much respect for Nick Cannon. He saw her potential, championed her, which speaks volumes about her. But she doesn't shy away from the challenges either. The pressure to translate online humor to the stage.
Then the conversation takes this turn, and she starts talking about being a Black woman in comedy, especially one who rose to fame online. It's its own thing.
Oh, absolutely. She talks about battling the perception of just being a pretty face and not being serious. It's a constant push to prove her work ethic and range show that there's more to her than meets the eye.
And I think what stood out to me was her choice to be more private about her personal life. She learned some hard lessons about oversharing online. Have you ever felt that pull to be more guarded online?
It's a real struggle, isn't it? Social media. It's a double-edged sword. We crave connection, but it can be invasive. Pretty V talks about prioritizing mental health, setting boundaries, and it makes you think it's okay to choose privacy.
It is so important, especially when negativity can spiral online. So she's clearly evolving in how she uses social media. But let's shift gears a bit and talk about what she's got coming up, because she's got big things in the works.
Okay, so first up, the one-woman show with her character Sharon, touring 12 cities. That's amazing. And she's not stopping there. She talks about producing, directing, even creating opportunities for other entertainers.
It's like she's building this whole ecosystem of creativity, and she wants to bring others along. And she's not just focused on comedy. She wants to break into movies, take on dramatic and historical roles.
And her inspirations are so interesting. The Color Purple, Whoopi Goldberg, Taraji P. Henson. She's clearly drawn to powerful women who broke barriers and redefined things. There's this sense of legacy building, using her platform to make a real impact.
And she's doing it all with this incredible blend of humor and heart. Throughout the interview, she throws in these hilarious anecdotes, like the time she got stood up for not having a passport, which, by the way, is a story in itself.
It's funny for sure, but it also speaks to her self-worth and setting standards. She's learned to value her time and energy, and that comes through in everything she does.
I love that. It's like she's saying, work hard to work hard, and I am here for it. But speaking of relationships, she does get candid about her dating life. Her standards, high.
She's not messing around. She wants a boss, someone God-fearing, successful, and well-mannered. The basics right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But here's where it gets interesting.
And she also mentions wanting someone with tattoos who smells good. And she emphasizes chocolate and good hygiene. Bad breath, no way.
Okay, I see her vision. And what about kids?
Marriage before kids is a priority for her. She's open to dating someone with children, but she wants to build that foundation first. She's got a plan.
It's refreshing to hear someone so clear about what they want, and she's unafraid to walk away if something isn't right. Remember when she said she wouldn't date a man who wouldn't take her to Cheesecake Factory?
Iconic. She loves the simple pleasures, but she's serious about her standards. It's
Hmm.
like, yes, I'm fun and I love to laugh, but I also deserve respect and someone who meets me where I'm at.
All right, so we've covered a lot: her journey to success, her evolving relationship with social media, and her standards in love. But there's so much more to unpack.
Oh, absolutely. We haven't even touched on her views on women supporting women, especially in sports. That's a whole other layer.
I'm with you. So let's take a quick pause here and come back to explore those deeper layers of Pretty V's perspective.
Welcome back. Ready to dive back in?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We left off talking about Pretty V's dating life and those high standards, but I want to hear more about relationships in general. What really stood out to you?
Well, her no-nonsense approach.
Yeah.
She's not into games, believes in being upfront about intentions. I mean, it's refreshing. And cheating. Absolutely not a deal breaker for her.
Yeah, I respect that. She knows her worth.
Yeah.
But she does talk about learning from past relationships, maybe giving second chances too easily.
Oh, yeah, we've all been there. But she owns it and talks about the lessons learned, self-respect, and boundaries. It's that whole, like, Pretty V 2017 and up
Yeah.
mentality, right? Growth and no settling.
Yes. Like the old Pretty V is gone, new Pretty V is here to stay. And I loved when she talked about those double standards, especially in entertainment.
Oh, it's so true.
Yeah.
Men are praised for their hustle and ambition, while women are scrutinized or labeled difficult for the same thing. It's just a classic double standard women face everywhere.
And the fact that she's using her platform to challenge that and inspire other women is amazing. It's like she's saying, hey, I see you and we deserve better.
Right, and she does it with this humor and grace. It makes it even more powerful. She can make you laugh and make you think all at the same time.
Exactly. She's the perfect example of being funny and fierce, playful and purposeful. It's a balance we're always trying to find.
Absolutely. It's all about being yourself.
Yeah.
And that authenticity comes through in everything she does, comedy, business ventures.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what else is she working on?
Well, we talked about the one-woman show in the book, but she also talks about producing and directing. She sees herself in 5 years creating opportunities for other entertainers. What do you think about that?
It's amazing.
Mhm.
She's not just focused on her own success, but on empowering others. It's a sign of someone who wants to leave a positive impact, that lift as you climb mentality.
And she's got big dreams for her acting career, too. Breaking into movies, tackling those dramatic roles, really showcasing her range. I can see her in a period piece like she meant
Oh,
that.
she's got the charisma and presence for sure. And the role models she mentions, Whoopi Goldberg, Taraji P. Henson, they're all incredibly talented women who paved the way for others.
It's like she's drawn to those who embody strength, vulnerability, and authenticity. And Pretty V seems to be cultivating that same energy in her life. It's inspiring.
It really is. She's building a legacy beyond just entertainment. It's about making a difference, breaking down barriers, and inspiring others to follow their dreams.
Exactly, and doing it all on her own terms. She's a reminder that you don't have to fit any mold or follow anyone else's path. But there's one more thing I wanted to touch on before we wrap up. What she had to say about women in sports.
Oh, yeah. Her perspective on unity and support was so insightful. She's a huge advocate for women supporting women, especially in male-dominated fields. Calling out that tendency for women to be pitted against each other.
It's like that old divide and conquer tactic that's been used to hold women back. And Pretty V is like, nope, not today. She's calling for more collaboration, more genuine support, more lifting each other up.
Imagine the power of that. Women in sports working together on projects, endorsements, building each other up. It's not about tearing each other down. It's about creating a supportive environment for everyone.
That's a vision we can all get behind. It's so inspiring to see someone like Pretty V using her platform for these issues. It makes you think about your own circle and how to be a better ally.
Absolutely. And it goes beyond just sports. It's about supporting women in every field, celebrating their successes, and creating a world where everyone feels empowered to chase their dreams.
It all comes back to unity and lifting each other up. Okay, I think we've covered a lot in this deep dive. Pretty V's comedy journey, her personal growth, her vision for the future.
We have. It's been a fascinating journey, and she's given us a lot to think about.
For sure. And I want to leave our listeners with this. What parts of Pretty V's story resonated with you the most? What lessons can you take away and apply to your own life?
That's a great question. Because whether you're a comedian, entrepreneur, or just looking to live a more joyful, authentic life, Pretty V's story is so inspiring.
So let's pause here and come back to reflect on those key takeaways and what they mean for us going forward. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive, exploring the world of Pretty V.
It's been quite a journey.
It has, and I'm walking away feeling so inspired. She's like a breath of fresh air, reminding us that you can be successful and still have so much heart and humor.
Absolutely. That energy, she has that blend of hustle and humor, ambition and authenticity.
Yeah.
It's like she's saying you can chase your dreams and have fun doing it.
Exactly, and she's not afraid to be multifaceted, goofy and glamorous, silly and serious, all in one.
What I find so compelling is how she uses her platform to talk about real stuff, mental health, the challenges facing Black women in entertainment. She doesn't shy away from the tough conversations.
And that's what makes her so relatable, right? It's like she's saying, hey, I'm figuring things out too. It makes her success even more inspiring because it feels attainable.
So true. Her story reminds us that you don't have to be perfect to achieve your dreams. Just put in the work, stay true to yourself, and don't give up.
And have some fun along the way. That work hard, twerk hard philosophy we can all get behind. It's about finding that balance between passion and playfulness.
It's about being yourself, celebrating your talents, and using them to make a difference. Pretty V is a great example of what you can do when you combine talent, hard work, and heart.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with this. How can you bring more of that work hard, twerk hard energy into your life? How can you go after your goals with more joy and authenticity?
What parts of Pretty V's story really spoke to you? What lessons can you take away, whether you're a comedian entrepreneur or just someone looking to live a better life? Pretty V's journey has something for everyone.
Her story shows the power of perseverance, self-belief, and being true to yourself. You don't have to fit in or follow anyone else's path. Create your own journey.
And who knows, maybe one day you'll be sharing your story with the world.
That's what we love about these deep dives. It's not just about learning about someone else. It's about reflecting on ourselves. So keep exploring, keep learning, keep diving deep, and never be afraid to let your light shine.
Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.